just remember it takes time to actually achieve that goal, whatever goal you want to do in life. So be patient with yourself. And remember, you would not have this idea or this goal or this need to achieve something if it wasn't meant for you to have. You can have it. All you have to do is believe in yourself, show up for yourself. Constantly show up for yourself. You got this. Welcome to the Essence of True Self podcast, where we affirm I am the son of my creation. Here I focus on mindfulness, limiting belief, self-care, spirituality, and overall becoming your true self. I'm your host, Oriana, a book, tea, and self-development lover. I give you tips and tricks of what I learned on my self-development journey so you can apply to yours. If you're interested, keep listening. Welcome back to the Essence of True Self podcast, and I'm your host, Oriana, and I hope your week, your day, your evening is going pretty well. Of course, I'm sending you love and light in this time, because you deserve it. If you're not having a good time in life, of course, I'm sending you love and light. And yeah, before we get into anything, of course, we're going to do some breathing, and we're going to say our affirmations. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now we're going to say our affirmation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I hope that helps you be in this present moment, help you tune into your body, your mind, your spirit in this time, and be open to hearing what I have to say and my messages that I have today. And yes, and as you can tell by the episode, the name, I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet, but it's all about setting goals, how to set goals efficiently and actually achieve your goals effortlessly and easily. I know we have a hard time actually achieving our goals because we make huge amounts of goals that's not actually realistic to what your life look like in this present moment. Let me not just say everybody have this problem, including me. I have this problem. I used to set huge goals, and knowing deep downside, I couldn't really achieve those because it wasn't realistic to what life I have in this present moment. So, what type of goals do you want to achieve in this lifetime that aligns with your life looking like right now? We cannot set goals that's not realistic if we're not really believing that we can actually achieve them. And I just want to make this episode so when you become your dream self, your authentic self, your true self, and having dream success, this can help you actually achieve and execute that goal that you want to do. I feel like we have a lot of issues or problems to actually set our goals and actually believe in ourselves to actually achieve that goal. And we can always do something if we put our mind to it and actually put the action behind it. And I feel like that's way important, and it's time to actually achieve everything you want in your life. So, of course, we're gonna go over the bullet points, and then of course I'm gonna give you tips in this episode, but we're not gonna do questions this time. It's just giving you tips on actually how to achieve your goals, and I really hope this helps you get an idea of how you can set your own goals up, not just the way I want to give you advice on like how to set your goals and whatnot, but also believing that you can actually set these goals up and actually achieve them easily and effortlessly. So whatever doesn't fit or align with how you set goals or not realistic to you, always, shift it, change it however you want to actually align with what your goals is and how you want to achieve that goal and whatever works for you. Always go with what your intuition, your spirit telling you to do first before you get advice for anybody else. So, yeah, let's get into it. Bullet point one. We talk about setting goals every day, every quarter, every season. But do you really believe you can obtain that goal? This desire is a dream that you want for your life. Most of the time, we set these high expectations, these humongous goals, but forget about the in between parts, the actual work and action to achieve that goal. And I just talked about this, but I always say that you have to actually believe that you can achieve that goal and put the action behind it. Because if you really want things to manifest, you have to work towards that goal. You can't just be like manifesting, but not putting no work in or putting yourself in the right situation to obtain that manifestation or that goal or that dream that you want for your life. So you really have to obtain that. And I feel like I had a bad issue of doing that, just writing down all my manifestations and expecting them to come to life if I'm not actually doing something to make it happen. And the universe is not going to believe that you want to achieve this goal if you're not actually putting the work behind it and actually stepping into the right direction to achieve that manifestation you really want for your life. And I feel like we have this misconception of what manifestation is, because social media just like tell you to write down or do this little neat trick to actually achieve that goal, but you're not actually doing the work behind it. They don't ever really talk about that part. Manifestation is easy, but you have to put the work in. You can have the idea, the thought, but also put the work in. Make that life, that dream, that manifestation come to life easily and effortless for you. Bullet point two. Why not start off small? It doesn't work out the way you want it to most of the time because we have high expectations. When we don't meet them, we be extra hard on ourselves. And I have an issue doing this all the time. I set high, humongous goals and don't make them. And I talk down on myself. We set these humongous goals. We have these high expectations for ourselves, and then we lose the actual point of our goal. What is the reason behind that goal? And I always talk about most of the time we set goals or set our dreams up from out of lack and not out of love. Of course, it's not going to feel authentic to you because it's not coming from your heart or what you really truly want in life. And we set these high ass expectations expecting them to work out, but don't be hard on yourself. We all have these moments in our life we be hard on ourselves to not achieve that goal, but you can achieve it if you're not just being so hard on yourself and setting these humongous, gigantic expectations on yourself. And I have an episode about like expectations versus faith and knowing the difference between the two and how you can literally fall into faith and follow the steps of faith and not have these huge expectations on ourselves. We can expect certain things, but don't have your hopes too high and then you feel really bad of them not coming to life, because we do this all the time and expect everything to work out when we have these humongous goals. I'm not saying it's never going to work out. It will, but you have to have these great feeling and ideas of yourself and beliefs about yourself. Because if you have all these negative thoughts about yourself, of course it's not going to come true. Of course it's not going to be the goal or the dream or desire you actually want for your life. You expect things to work out in a certain way, but you don't really believe that. That's where we mess up at. And learning how to lower our expectations sometimes. I mean, we can have humongous goals, but why not set small goals to meet those big goals? What can you do today to align yourself with that goal? Because we always want things to be huge, humongous, but like, what are you doing right now to actually build that goal up? Step by step, how can you do that? Bullet point three. Small goals are more likely to be achieved than big goals. Also, most of the time we don't give enough detail within the goals. For example, say that I want 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but we're not detailed on how we're going to achieve that goal and plan out step by step how to achieve that. Be clear with your intentions for your goals and be realistic with your goals and keep in mind this will take time to reach that goal. And yeah, like I was saying, just taking small steps one by one to actually achieve that goal, to make things happen for yourself, to actually believe that it will happen for yourself. So set those small goals to actually build up to that big goal that you want. And writing as detailed as possible, and also leaving wiggle room to allow things to be different in the process, because we can change our mind. The universe or God might shift our ideas of what this goal could be, because sometimes we're not ready for that goal. But like, if you do these certain things and these certain steps and these certain details of your goals, it can come to life, but in a matter of time and patience of time. I always talk about patience, because patience is key on this journey. You can't expect things to happen so quickly and unrealistically if you're not being patient in the time. Once we rush something, it's never going to be something that we always wanted. And I always talk about that. So be patient to build that foundation, to build that routine, to build that habit, to actually achieve the goal that you want. I feel like we make these long lists of goals. Once we don't achieve one goal, I feel like once we pursue the list of goals we have, and once we do one of the goals and it doesn't work out, we just give up on all the goals. But reaching our goals is going to be trial and error. But also, what you learn from that goal and try to meet that goal will lead you to the next step to reframe your perspective of what you really want for your goal. So, all that to say is, when we make this, we work hard or make moves to that one goal that we want, that big huge goal, by taking those small steps of goals to meet that goal. We often want to give up after that first goal or that first step didn't work out, but realizing people who have big things in life and achieve big goals know it's gonna be trial and error sometimes, and sometimes we have to go back to the drawing board to how to reframe our perspective on what our goal will be and how can we do certain things different to achieve that goal. Because I feel like we come to a narrow-minded way of actually achieving that goal, but not being, like I said, give it like a wiggle room in between to actually achieve that goal, to actually remove all these highest expectations for our goals. But what is the true meaning behind that goal? Are you just gonna give up after the first time? Like when you apply for many jobs, are you just gonna give up after not receiving that first job? I don't think so. You're gonna constantly keep applying for different jobs to actually achieve that goal, to get a job to pay you well in different ways in different times in your life. You can't expect that one goal to work out all the time. What can you do? Go back to the drawing board, reframe your idea, re scratch the first idea and scratch the first strategy. What is a different way can you do this? Take it from a different approach and see how you can really achieve this goal in a different way. Lastly, in this video, I will teach you how to set up your goals in an efficient way that will be able to achieve them and gain trust, belief within yourself that you will achieve them. But first, you have to believe in yourself that you will achieve them as your goals, even when things get hard, where you're struggling or your limited belief come up. You will have to fight for this goal no matter what. You have to eat, breathe, and sleep this goal, and have this knowing and this law of assumption will help you achieve this goal, really get the life that you want. And just, I would say, you just have to believe in yourself and trust in yourself. If you constantly showing up for yourself, constantly going towards this goal, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to obtain that goal. But also knowing things would get hard, things would be hard, struggling in sometimes. But what are you really doing? Are you gonna fight for that goal continuously, or you just gonna give up after every hard time come around? You have to constantly fight, because life is not easy. We know life ain't easy. Life be lifing. So, what are you really doing? Are you really going to put that extra step behind it? Are you going to really show up for yourself? Because actually achieving your goals and following that calling that you always want for your life, is really showing up for yourself, believing in yourself, achieving everything you want for yourself. And it allows you to believe and trust in who you are. Because once you achieve these goals, small goals, you be like, oh yeah, I can do anything. I could be able to do whatever my heart desires. If I really want to do something, I'm going to say I'm going to do it and I'm going to actually do it. And when it's easy to show up for yourself, it'd be easy to show up for others. And sometimes we don't know how to show up for others because we don't know how to show up for ourselves. So actually start doing things you want to do. Show up for yourself. Because we always looking for these outside validations to actually prove that we're worthy of our goal. But why? Why? It's already yours if you already thought about it. God, universe, plant that in your mind so you could actually achieve that goal, to actually believe that you can achieve it. So why wait till somebody tells you, oh yeah, this is a great idea? You just gonna keep getting approval from everybody else to actually live your life, to actually achieve your goals? Why? Why? I always ask yourself why. Challenge those beliefs, those ideas. And when them limiting belief comes up, challenge those belief. Be like, why do I think I can't believe I can actually achieve this? Who told me this? Did I constantly keep telling myself this? Is this my true belief about myself? And if so, why is that? Why do I constantly feed this idea of who I used to be? Because once you move towards these goals, you're going to become a different person. You're going to morph into the true, authentic self that you want to be. You can't allow people outside of you to deter you from your goal. Because you deserve to have that goal, that dream, and set all those goals up for yourself. So, let's get into the tips. Number one, acknowledge if you're making goals from lack standpoint or love standpoint. And once you get clear on where you're getting your goals from, or how you want to achieve this goal, is it because, oh, I don't have this because I need to do X, Y, and Z, or I want to do this because I really want my life to really be better for me, and I love myself, so I'm gonna constantly show up for myself to actually achieve that goal. So if once you shift that mindset of abundance, love mindset towards your goal instead of lack, oh I have to do this because I don't have this, this, and this. If you constantly keep thinking I don't have this, this, and this, you're gonna continue to not have this, this, and this. If that makes sense. I know I'm saying this, and this a lot, but you have to realize you are that girl. You are that person to actually achieve that goal. And learning how to achieve it, to believe that you can. And I also have like a self-love affirmation that's out now that you can listen to constantly reprogram your subconscious and the way you believe about yourself and self-concept. So people say affirmations don't work, but if you can create your own, it'll be a lot easier for you. So don't allow the lack consume you. Allow love consume you. Allow peace to consume you. Allow that your life can be easy. Allow that. Only you can. You have to make the choice. It's a choice. We all have choices, but are you going to make the right one? Number two, create goals that align with your values and morals. A lot of times we create goals because we don't know what our values and morals are. And if you don't know what it is, look up on Google. At first, I didn't know what my values and morals was. And I feel like it makes it easier for me to actually morph my goals easily and effortlessly if I knew what my values and morals was. Does this goal align with my values? Does this go with the morals of my life, my everyday life? Do I live by the life that I want for my goals? Am I actually becoming the person I want to be? Am I embracing? Am I embodying? That's the word. Embodying the person I want to be. So go to Google, figure out what the values and morals are, and does that align with you? And make that your first thing on your goals list. And then once you create these goals, you will know what that aligns with you, what's easily aligned with you, what your needs and want in this time. And then number three, I talked about this earlier, create small short-term goals that leads up to long-term goals. and be as detailed and reasonable as possible. And I don't think I have to speak on it anymore, but yeah, create small goals. Create short term goals to lead up to the long goal. A lot of I keep seeing this little post going around. It was like, oh, you first started something, it's like, oh, I got to do this every day. I really have to do it. But from a year from now, you'll have so much progress to achieve that goal, so much information, knowledge that you learn from that leading up to that goal. I always say it's a marathon, not a race. And when you on the marathon, you learn how to constantly keep going in an efficient, better way. Because once you show up, it's more practice for you to know what's for you and what's not for you, and how you can do this and this to actually achieve that goal. Setting small goals would make it easier for you. Number 4, create vision board to see your vision in real time. This can be a vision board for every month, quarter, year. It's up to you. And we're approaching spring equinox. Yeah, spring equinox, so it could be easier for you to actually set up goals for yourself. But I know a lot of times we wait till like the actual new year, the calendar new year, Gregorian calendar new year, to actually set up our goals and stuff like that. But you can always set up your goals whenever. You can set it up whenever. People, it's not a rule to it. You make the rule to actually achieve that goal. You do that. So I always suggest like doing like a quarter um vision board, or like a whole year vision board, and then breaking those up into quarters every month. I see a lot of people doing monthly and doing that, or based off season, like spring season, winter season, fall season, and summer season. I almost forgot the other season, to be easier for you to have that aesthetic. You can always use Pinterest, because that's what I set my vision board up. It's amazing, and you can get all brilliant ideas to actually make. If you can't envision, like people say, you gotta envision like your dreams and your goals, but if you can't envision it, you can only make vision boards, so it can be easier for you to envision it. And then have it on your phone screen or your laptop screen, because when you're doing working towards your goal, you want to look at it always. I have it on my lock screen as my phone and my laptop. And then some people just use the actual paper version and have like a poster in their room, so every time they wake up they see it, so it could be ingrained into your subconscious for you to actually achieve the goal that you want. So create a vision board. Make that vision come to life. Because every time I do a vision board, some part of that vision board comes to life, because I seen it, and my purpose and reasoning behind it really came to life. So try it, do it, and tell me how it works out. Number 5, take action towards that goal. Point blank period. Take action towards that goal. Make it happen. Believe that you can make it happen. Action is always key to actually achieve the goal. You can set the goal, but you have to move towards the goal. Move it. You got it. Make the action happen for yourself. Number 6, discipline over motivation. Discipline is the strongest level of self-love. And I heard somebody say it, and I ran with it, okay? I think it was on TikTok, and she was just talking about how discipline is the strongest level of self-love, because it is. Because you are making that decision to actually show up for yourself. Discipline is something that you constantly work towards when you even don't feel like doing it. Because you get into the habit of actually constantly show up for yourself. But when you have motivation, it's like a spark of energy. Then you get tired, and then you be like, I don't feel like doing it no more. Then you lose the actual momentum to actually achieve that goal. I think in Atomic Habits, he said to actually create a habit, it takes 3 months to actually continue to constantly show up, so it becomes a habit, and it become brainless for you to actually do it. It'll be easy. It's gonna be unconscious, but like, okay, I can do this. And that really what I did when I came to my podcast. Start doing things in advance, planning in advance, and actually achieving these goals, and doubling up on my filming and showing up. Discipline, even when I don't feel like it. Right now it's raining, and this raining energy is making me very sleepy and tired, but I ain't gonna give up. I'm gonna constantly keep showing up. Show up, babes. Show up for your discipline for yourself. Number 7, check your goals periodically. Stay on top of them. We set the goals, then we forget about them. That's why I have told you to make the vision board. Write down everything, make the vision board, and check your goals periodically. You can have the vision, but also look at the goals of what you said down, what you wrote down periodically, so you can be like, oh, am I actually moving in alignment of my goals? What I'm doing right now is aligned with my goals? And it keeps you accountable for your goals. If you want to learn about accountability and all that, check out the previous episode. But keeping yourself accountable to actually achieve that goal and constantly be like, okay, what I'm doing right now is not aligning with my goals. Do I want my life to look like this from a year from now? I always ask myself, if it was like my last day on earth, or do I want my life to even look like this from a year from now? If my answer is no, I'm gonna make it happen. And I know that's kind of like fear mongering myself, and I don't think that's a good habit. I don't advise you to do that, but do whatever you wish you will. But checking your goals periodically make it easier for you to actually achieve that goal. So, yeah. And lastly, number 8, be grateful of where you at now and where you are heading. This will keep you in a high vibration and be able to achieve your goals. When we are grateful of what we already have in this present moment, it'd be easier for us to actually achieve that goal. And gratitude is the highest vibration, because it'd be easier for you to actually achieve the goal. If you're happy of what you have right now, or grateful for what you have right now, just by the simple things, having a roof on your head, clothes on your back, food to feed you, get you to A to B, you have people in your life that actually care about you. Be grateful for every single detail of your life. And then when things come into your life and your dreams come true or your goals come true, it's just a adding to the gratitude what you already have in this moment. So gratitude is so important, because we lose track of like, oh, I gotta set this, I gotta set this goal. But gratitude is the way to do it. At least write down 7 or 8 things that I'm grateful for my life, or what I have right now in this present moment as I work towards my goal. It keeps me feeling good and grateful of what my life is in this moment. It helps me be present, and then allow me to like, oh, so what can I do to actually achieve my goals? What can I do? And I feel like a good mood. I feel happy. I feel grateful to where I'm at. So, yeah, try it out. Let me know how you feel about that. So, we're going to go over the tips one more time. Number 1, acknowledge if you're making goals from a lack standpoint or a love standpoint. Number 2, create goals that align with your values and morals. Number 3, create short-term goal that leads up to your long-term goal. Number 4, create a vision board. Number 5, take action towards that goal. Number 6, discipline over motivation. Number 7, check your goals periodically. Number 8, be grateful. And I want to leave you with this. Just remember, it takes time to actually achieve that goal, whatever goal you want to do in life. So be patient with yourself. And remember, you would not have this idea or this goal or this need to achieve something if it wasn't meant for you to have. You can have it. All you have to do is believe in yourself, show up for yourself. Constantly show up for yourself. You got this. And that's all I have for you today, people. And I just really hope you enjoy this episode just by letting me know by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing with somebody who might need to hear this. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But for real though, but if you're not subscribed and you're just here to vibe, I still love you. But I want to leave you with that. And I also want to let you know I love you. You're not alone. And I'm grateful you're here. And until next time, family.